My name is Piero Valdecen. I was born in Lima, Peru. My passion for music kind of started developing when I would see my older brothers listening to, at that time it was like hip-hop music. In California, I became friends with this girl on MySpace, and she happened to be a musician. Right around this time, actually, reggaeton had been kind of introduced to the West Coast. She had a Mac computer at that time, and she had the software GarageBand on it. And she's like, hey, why don't we record some music? I remember the first song that I did.
In California, welcome to the city where the homies play. You gotta be careful with what you do, what you say. Nothing but hustle, this is the golden state. City of angels on the California. Welcome to the city where the homies play. You gotta be careful with what you do, what you say. Nothing but hustle, this is the golden state. City of
I took it back with me to my apartment where I was living at the time with my roommates and with my brother. And I showed them, I'm like, hey guys, check this out. You know, I recorded this. And I remember they all thought it was just, you know, like really good and really catchy. We knew that like to get good quality recordings, we needed to go to a producer studio and record professionally. But at that time it was just expensive. And I just remember kind of like not really wanting to do much with it because I just felt kind of like insecure about it. It was about 10 years that I had decided to stop making music. So one day I remember looking at my cell phone and seeing that, you know, I recalled seeing that there's an app called GarageBand. I recall GarageBand because that was the first software that I saw when Lady Dreamer introduced me to recording music on her computer. And the following day I was supposed to drive down to San Diego. I remember I was like, well, since I'm driving, like while I'm driving, I'm kind of bored. Literally as I'm driving, I'm on my cell phone on the GarageBand app, and I was like kind of like creating little loops, learning how to create a beat. And I remember by the time I got down to San Diego, I had created this little beat that I was like, whoa, like there's a lot of potential, like crazy amount of potential here. I remember when I got back, I told my brother Cesar, check this out, like I made this little beat on the phone. And he was like, yeah, that's actually really good. And so essentially I had an entire album and all the beats recorded on my phone. This time my niece moved in with us and she was seeing what I was doing on my phone, and she was always just very music driven.
I just wanna lay in my bed. Don't feel like picking up my phone, so leave a message at the tone.
People would come up to me and kind of just ask me, hey, how do you do this and stuff like that with the music? And all of a sudden she's like, I'm gonna also create an album, a music album on her cell phone. And since then, Neveah, my niece, ended up creating an album on her smartphone as well, producing all the beats on her smartphone. And then I would help, you know, record her vocals.
Okay, so what?
And the quality was radio quality, and that's when I was like, wow, that's like a real game changer.
So you're gonna have to put it in Indian right there.
So the big one.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
And we can fade into that, and then right back to our beat.
We got our process down where it was just like becoming really fast. We just do everything through our phone. We figured out a way how to spend as little as possible to make professional quality music. And then I was like looking for people to shoot my music videos, and like all these people want to charge a lot or they just don't want to do it. That's when I was like, you know, why don't we just shoot our own music video? Like the iPhone, you know, you can even shoot in 4K. We just started using all of our resources that were like available, which were basically all because of technology. Making music videos and just popping it up to YouTube like super quick, spending almost like no money on it.
Remarkable. Fox 13 tech reporter Jordan Hogan joins us live in studio this morning to tell us more about how she did it. Jordan, of course, in a story you'll see only here.
Good morning, John and Amy. Yes, so Neveah Valdecen is a Timpview High School student who gave herself the goal of making an album in her freshman year. With some guidance from her uncle, she's been able to do just that by only using a few apps on her iPhone.
I remember some of my best
My name is Neveah Valdezon. I'm 16 years old and I'm from Utah. I figured out that I was musically inclined when I began using my iPad.
Although it hurts, I'll be the first to say that I was wrong. Oh, I know I'm probably much too late to try and apologize for my mistakes, but I just want you to know.
I taught myself how to sing by just using a karaoke app called Smule. I wanted to be a star in my head.
I have loved you for many years. Maybe I am just not enough. You say I'm crazy, 'cause you don't think I know what you've done. But when you call me baby, I know I'm not the only one.
And I wanted to be able to show the world that I'm a great and amazing singer.
Makes me feel like I can't live without you. It takes me all the way. I want you to stay.
I really never really gave it a second thought. I just brushed it away like a big dream. When I moved in with my dad, I realized that what my uncle was doing with music was incredible because he was making music from his phone. And so I got interested in that. I thought it would be a fun idea also myself to try to replicate what he was doing. And I wanted to become a musician again. So when my dad had approached me with the opportunity, he told me, okay, you gotta do something. Like, I have a big goal for you, and that is I want you to make an album and make an entire album on your smartphone. He saw the passion and the talent that I had in me. My dad saw that the resource that I had to pursue music was my iPhone.
Greetings. Hold up your phones and repeat after me. This is not a phone. This is a computer.
But not only did he see that this was my resource, but he saw that this was going to help me stand up from the rest. The biggest difference between me and Michael Jackson and Taylor Swift and all of those artists is I was able to become just as much as a professional musician has done without as much time or as much practice, because it was just all me and my iPhone.
Steve Jobs, a music revolutionary, he realized and said one thing: the finest computer scientists I know are all musicians. That's when an idea clicked for him, to make mini computers dedicated to playing and sharing music. His mini computers were a success and went from being called iPods to iPhones as he added more programs to do more tasks than just play music. These were branded as smartphones.
The quality of the first album that I ever made on my smartphone is just as good as the quality of Taylor Swift's first album that she ever made with a big record studio, because the smartphone is so advanced that that quality is already up to par.
I was told friends will go and things will change and it's okay. Friends will come and go, but that's okay. Some things will always change.
After I made my first album, it got a lot of attention by the press and by politicians and by my school. Everybody saw it on their news feed, on social media, on Instagram. I was all over the news. People were pretty astonished that I was able to create a professional album from my smartphone. A lot of people my age were really looking up to me as a person of example, that you could defy all odds with technology. The press gave me the name Tech Music Prodigy.
Neveah Valdezan and her uncle Piero are joining us today to chat and will perform in just a few minutes. Your voice is so sultry and beautiful.
Thank you so much.
How in the world did you...
Neveah Valdezan in with me. She is 15 years old. She produced an album. I mean, we're talking she recorded her entire album on her cell phone, which is like the coolest thing ever, right?
Because of the accomplishments that I've made with music and technology, a lot of colleges and Ivy League schools have been reaching out to me because of the things that I was doing and the words that I was getting out there about the revolution of making music on your phone. Without technology, I would just be maybe a talented musician or whatnot, but nobody would ever know my name. Technology has helped me to be inspired and realize like my potential of being an amazing artist and a star. Even rising past who were my favorites like Billie Eilish or Phineas. Celebrities and entertainers are not really doing anything at all to benefit people or to really inspire people and help people rise out of their ignorance and poverty to become like them. I realized that I had a future with technology. I not only realized that I had a future with technology, that I could just make music for my phone.
Like other kids, I wanted to sing and be a musician. But I was just a kid, not even in high school yet. I had seen my uncle Piero make music with his iPhone. So I turned to my only resource at hand, my iPhone. I realized this was a computer, not just a phone.
It gave me a greater purpose to even do music at all because I felt actually like people needed me as an example, that they didn't have to have anything. I feel like because of technology, people don't only have to see me as a star, but they can see me as a world leader.
Maybe Steve didn't understand why people loved music so much, but this is where I come in. I believe our music tells our stories, and our stories unite the planet. I wanted to create music because I wanted to tell my stories.
That me and my uncle are disrupting the music industry.
I'm calling this revolutionary way of making music through your smartphone Hytechpop. Simply put, we are transforming the music making process by using smartphones instead of computers to create popular music.
We have literally hacked our way into how music is made. Our quality of the music that we're making is just as good as any of those big songs that are out there today. It's been so easy to make really good mega hits. I believe that this is the new way of making music, just like
Feel free inside.
I don't have anything, but I do have like my voice, I have my knowledge, I have my instruments of like things that I can play, and as a musician that's really helpful, but it's like using technology, using my iPhone to make all of that happen.
Okay, so I'll say this, it's incredible what the iPhone can do. I had no idea that you can record an entire album on it.
She tells me, she's like, hey, you know, I'm ready to record my album. I'm like, what do you mean your album? And she's like, yeah, I want to get an album done before my freshman year of high school. So I was like, oh wow, let's do it.
That's quite the goal.
When you hear her, it sounds absolutely incredible. Is this the new way possibly of making music? This is the future of music?
I think in a way she's pioneering what could possibly be a disruption for like future artists.
Not a lot of people are getting on this right now. They're going to be pretty surprised and pretty upset that they didn't get a hold of making music with their phones and become just as big stars as anyone else because of how easy it is.
Neveah Valdezan and her uncle Piero.
So this is Neveah Valdezan and her uncle Piero.
Neveah Valdezan,
a Utah teen, made an album completely on her smartphone.
Her name is Neveah Valdezan, and she is incredible.
Feeling guilty.